page too, so I'll go and share it, right? It'll be on there.
Okay, yeah. It'll be on SwagHer as well.
Okay.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another amazing episode, or segment, I should say, of SwagHer Sisterhood Sunday. Today, I'm so excited. I'm excited every time, right? I say that every time, but I'm super excited today because this spotlight is a SwagHer sister. She is the backstory. She's the reason or a catalyst in me being a part of SwagHer. She was how I was kind of discovered through SwagHer on her episodes that are on Thursday, and we'll get to that. But this is the amazing media maven, entrepreneur, Demetria, Miss Metchie Brown.
Hi.
Thank you so
Hi.
much for coming on.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you so much. I really do. Thank you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you more than you ever would know, like ever. So, yes. So today we finally get to sit and talk.
I
Like
know
sisters should.
it's been a long time coming, right?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Because I talk to you every time you're live. I talk to you on my phone.
Yes.
And of course, I can't text fast enough to respond because I'll be yelling, laughing,
I know.
just cutting up as if we're together. So it's
We have a
great to
good time.
receive. Yes, your show is amazing.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you so
amazing.
much.
And you are too. So first question of my your spotlight is, what is sisterhood to you?
Oh my goodness, what is sisterhood to me? So, sisterhood to me, it encompasses a few different things. True sisterhood, I feel like it expands across all aspects of our life. So not just business, not just personal, but at work. Sisterhood to me is looking out for your fellow sister. We talked about it a little bit before you and I went live, but I think the aspect of being seen, within a sisterhood, like being able to see your fellow sister, whether if you know her personally or not, and making it a point to be uplifting and inspiring. Just whenever we are around each other, it's good vibes, it's uplifting, encouragement, positivity. That's honestly what it means to me. It means community, and
Yes.
really, not just coming together, but doing it with purpose. I would say that that's overall what sisterhood, what it means to me. I love all my sisters, you included, and just how
Yes.
we hold each other down, and holding each other accountable. That is what it kind of encompasses for me.
Yes. And I agree because we are not, though we are not in the same state even. I
Yeah,
do feel that sisterhood from you, the support, you even being an example, a really, really good example of, when I create my podcast each week,
yeah.
I always like look to you and say, what did Miss Michi do?
Oh my
And what did
gosh,
she do?
no.
Yes, because and I'm not all the way there yet at all, but you are
Yeah,
so polished, professional, um, but yet you're real. You keep it real.
of course.
You're definitely who you are, and you're true to yourself. And with that, you connect and created the Blueprint Media Company.
Yeah, yeah,
And your Blueprint Media Company, I know the reason because I looked into it, but I
okay.
love your purpose and reason for creating that. Can you tell us where did the Blueprint Media Company come from, and how did you come up with the name?
Ooh, girl, you taking us back. Okay. So a couple things. I'll start off with how it started for me. I originally, when I first branched into entrepreneurship, and I tell everyone I'm a corporatepreneur. I do still work a 9 to 5. I am in commercial property management, but I also work my business full time too. And when I started, I was originally doing event coordination, and my company at the time was the Blueprint Events Company. I'm very, very big as far as with cohesion in business and making sure that everything kind of lines up and it goes together. So
Yes.
when I ended up doing an interview with UBM Radio out of Chicago, which they are a station. I'm not sure if they're still active now, but I was invited on as a guest. And honestly, Maryland, like Monroe, that sparked my interest as far as in wanting to be in media in the first place. So
Yes.
at the time, they had tapped on myself and two people that I was working with at the time to do a show. And from that moment, we had done the show, but it just didn't work out. A lot of the times, schedules and just people have different aspirations. We ultimately kind of disbanded that original show. But for me, I knew that it was something that I wanted to continue to kind of delve into. So
Yeah.
naturally, as I was thinking about what would be the name for my business, it was ultimately, I'm like, it was easy. I'm like the Blueprint Media Company because I wanted to make sure that it could sit next to a brand that I had already built. But the inspiration behind it was that when I did first go into entrepreneurship, it was very, very hard to get press for myself, to get anyone, and I still deal with this to this day, but to get people to actually, we could interview them, but I'm like, we want to be interviewed too, I
Right.
recognized that it was a space that was needed for not only artists to tell their stories, because when I kind of came in, it was a heavy focus on rappers, artists, and different people like that. I knew that there was a space for business owners and artists and creatives, as well as impact leaders, they needed a space to tell their stories too. I'm like, your story is just as valuable as the person that just released a single in our neighborhood, right? So
Right.
that was ultimately, I built the Blueprint Media Company and built that space because I recognized that it was a need and there wasn't really a space for it, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of the things I gathered in addition to that was you
Mhm.
created it because of it encompassing the black woman, it encompassing the woman, the
That's right.
foundation of the woman. And I love that. I love when I read
Yeah.
that, I was like, that is genius. And I'm glad you shared with me that background, because we now have more in common. I'm
Yeah.
also in commercial and asset management. And we are
Ooh.
different. Those people in that industry, we're different. Our brains are different.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
definitely driven and we're very detailed, very, just, yeah. So I'm glad to hear that because,
Yeah.
again, that's another thing we have in common.
100%. I mean, and we have to be very sharp. A lot of the times we are working in those industries. And I mean, I don't know about what area you're in, but I know
Mhm.
certainly for myself that I'm one of the only ones that looks like me a lot of the times when I walk into the room. So it gives us a
Mhm.
certain level of polish and sheen that a lot of other people that they may not
Yeah,
have, and naturally I
yeah,
love it. Because I've been able to take a lot of those aspects that I've learned into business now. So it's a beautiful
yeah.
thing. Everyone's
It
like, when are you
is.
going to just walk away from it and do everything? I was like, honey, look, okay, I'll do that when it's time. But I love the
Yes.
industry that I'm in.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's a lot of here where I am. It's a lot of people that look like me, but I always say
That's
it's
the
one
best.
me. So then I
Okay.
have to, polish it, come with it, come prepared, come knowledgeable, because that sets us aside from
That's right.
the person that looks like me in the room. So I get
100%.
it. I totally get it. So let's talk the journey of, in addition to the blueprint, of course,
Mhm.
even with brunch, you have brunch and you had, I love your graphics. I love the detail. Tell me about the journey in creating, coming from, I guess, before social media into social media and marketing.
Okay. So just surrounded with the brunch that I'm doing now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I actually before COVID, I was doing smaller, kind of like more micro events where I would bring anywhere from about 15 to 20 ladies together. And it was a networking brunch at that time, but it was on a much smaller scale. And when COVID hit, I totally stepped away from that aspect as far as like putting the events together. And I'll tell you the exact journey, and you're gonna be like, Miss Metchie, you crazy, but go with me here. So I
Okay.
was laying, I knew that I wanted to kind of bring it back. And I'm not gonna lie, between the time that I had taken a hiatus from doing the events up until when I started planning the very first LinkedIn Lit brunch last year, I
Mhm.
had been to so many different spaces where I'm just gonna be honest, and I don't want to. I'm not trying to stir up anything, but a lot of it was real hoity-toity, real. Oh, we're only coming in. It's a networking event, but we're only coming in, and I'm gonna sit with the people that I came with. It wasn't
Yes.
interactive like that, or you go. A lot of the times, I went into those rooms, and I'm just like, this is stuffy, and quite frankly, a little bit uncomfortable, right? And
Yeah.
I like to have a good time. I've been through so many things in my life where I feel like, we should be able to work hard but also play just as hard. That's kind of
Yeah.
my thing. So I last year it was January, and I'll never forget. My husband was at work, and I had finally just sat down and was able to quiet my own thoughts. And I'm like, okay, it is time. It's time to put the people together in the room because I've met so many people along the way. I was like, how awesome would it be to get all of them in one room, invite the public out to come and meet them, but then they can also meet each other? Because I tell everybody I'm an encyclopedia of
Yes.
people. So if you tell me what you do, I remember. And I said, it would be so great to just get them all in one place. So I sat there, and I kid you not, I probably strategized and did so much stuff from about 9 o'clock that night until about 3 that morning. Even so much as to like reaching out to um businesses or different things for sponsorship and partnership and everything. And I kid you not, by the time I went to bed at like maybe 4:15 that morning, and by the time I woke up at 9, I had already had responses from different companies or
Wow.
people that wanted to be a part of it. So I knew, I was like, okay, I'm like, I think God gave me this. And when I tell you
Yeah.
it moved, and as soon as I put the word out there, I started really getting that traction. And now we're preparing for the third one happening on April 25th. So it's
That
a
is
big to
amazing.
do. It's a big to do, sis.
That's
I'm not gonna
amazing.
lie. But
And it's
I
so
love
you
it.
you basically break the room up. You break the cliques up in the room,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh
and
no.
allow the mingling and network to happen.
100%. Like when I'm there, oh girl, I
I
got
love
me a
it.
portable microphone. I'm like, I got the one that clipped to me. I'm going around the room. Let's shake this up a
Yes.
little bit. Go and shop with these vendors, or taste the food.
Yeah.
We also have a couple different things. I've had a couple businesses that kind of piloted at the brunch where they were able to get direct consumer feedback and then take that to ultimately officially launch their businesses. So we do a little bit of development outside of the networking too, but we have fun. And to
I
me, I just
love
feel
it.
like that's the best aspect of it.
I bet you it's fun. I wish I could come.
Girl, come
Jeez.
on. Look, if you come into town, I tell you what, if you come into town, ma'am, you let me know, and we'll talk offline. I'll give you a ticket. That's not a problem.
Oh, all right. I'm excited because I know your segments, your show is amazing. So I can only
Thank you.
imagine just the energy because you have great energy. And you have a good spirit. So that's right up my alley. So yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. So throughout all of this media management, marketing, development, um,
Hmm.
have you ever got to a point or a day or some days that you had
Yeah.
self doubt?
Oh, oh. Oh, my road. Oh, girl, you about to have me go there. So actually, I have. I've absolutely had a couple things. So outside of my show that I do, the Blueprint Live, that's been my longest running show. I also have a talk show called the Miss Metchie Show. And before I started filming that, I was looking to really break into like the TV space, as well as on the streaming platforms. I just wanted to expand my reach. And something happened where there was and I try you, and you watch the show, Monroe, so you know that I don't blast anybody, so I won't do that
No.
here. But I'll say that this particular company, they had a streaming platform. They had reached out to me to film, to do a certain segment, and it was supposed to be related to food. And it
Okay.
was ultimately, I titled that show Flavor and Finds, and they were just supposed to be mini segments. And when I tell you that myself and shout out to Mario, love Mario to death. He is he works with me, he's my producer, he does editing, love him down. When I tell you we built a show and had about 6 episodes, and we were supposed to
Mm-hmm.
launch January 31st of last year onto this platform. And
Okay.
I'm on the app and everything. I'm waiting for it to load up. I'm like, what's going on? And when I reached out to the person that was over that particular that streaming platform, he basically started to jerk me around, long story short. And ultimately they did not move forward with my show, but I had myself and Mario, we had exhausted so many measures to make sure that this show was, good to go. And then of
Yeah.
course I wanted that credibility because I knew that I was in the process of releasing the Miss Metchie show. And when I
Right.
tell you that day, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted to quit all of this, like genuinely. I just, and I shared this with you even before we went on live, that is, even as a person, like I interview everybody, but it's always so hard to secure sometimes opportunities for myself. And I won't speculate why. I think I know why, but we gonna keep it cute on Sunday.
We
But
know.
I could not understand why, you know, I give so much, and then it's like
Yes.
I'm treated like that, or just,
Yeah.
totally
Mm.
disregarded, like, or just, and just kind of like, oh, what your efforts and what you've done, it doesn't matter. And I absolutely doubted myself. I doubted myself. I was like, I can't keep doing this. I'm like, I'm not making a ton of money from it. This is, this, I'm putting all of my efforts into this and I'm getting nothing back. And I'll never
Mm.
forget what Mario said to me. He said, because we were talking and I'm just like, I don't know what to do. And he said, look, you got to get back to the drawing board. We got to figure out what it is that we're doing here. And that was
Yes.
when I had the idea, Monroe, because I'm like, okay, I've got this segment that's only about 5 to 6 minutes. I'm like, well, forget trying to put it on their platform. I'm gonna add that to the Miss Michi show.
That's
And
right.
so I was able to pivot, but like, I'm not gonna lie, the day that it was supposed to go live, I was a mess in here. Like
Yeah.
I sat in this seat, and when I was reading the emails, I sat here for about 3 hours and just cried at my desk. I could not
Mm.
believe,
Yeah.
because we rushed to edit, we rushed to do so many things, and they kind of played us in the end, right? Um,
Yeah.
but we bounced back. But that was the moment where,
Yeah.
like, throughout this whole journey, I'm like, what are we doing this for? You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I I you spoke to me because it comes to a point, especially just starting.
Yeah.
And I'm a year and 3 months in, the disappointments of not just people you don't know,
Yeah.
the people you know. And that hurt. That
Yeah.
hurt. That hurt. And I trust me, that sticks, and it definitely creates that self-doubt. It definitely
100%.
creates, the days you say, you know what, I'm good. I'm just not even gonna bother with it. I'm gonna just go back to the day to day.
Yeah.
Because our day to day in our industry definitely takes a day, more than
Girl.
a day, but
It does.
so
No, for real.
I,
Like I'm
it
drained by the
does.
time I get home, and you're just like, okay,
Very
you got to
much.
keep going because you got your own business too, but you didn't gave 8+ hours plus commuting time
Plus
to this
good
job.
hours.
Yeah,
Good
I get
hours.
it,
I
for
always say
sure.
that my full time is like the fresh best part of me. Because by the time I leave, I'm like, what's going on?
I don't
I
want to
don't know.
talk. You like, I don't want to
I
talk.
don't. I don't. I don't want to talk. I definitely don't want to talk. So so based on SwagHer, SwagHer is of course, about the intentional woman, and I've always loved that. The intentional woman. What intentional impacts do you make in your day to day?
You know, I'm really big on leave people better than you found them at any
Mm,
capacity, whatever, wherever I'm at. So it's just like if you're walking down the street, just a
yes,
soft smile, a hello. If you meet someone and
yes,
they tell you, they express a need or whatever it is, and you can feel it and you can do it, and it's not gonna take anything off of you. Leave people better than where you found them. I'm
yes.
very intentional as far as that's concerned. Like and I think that honestly, it's come from the things that I've been through where I know how it feels. I understand. Like I know what it's like to walk into a room and you've got this bubbly personality and everyone looks at you like you're an alien that just walked out of out of
Yes.
the alien thing, like they out of
Yes.
space. I know what those things feel like. So I just always make it my mission, excuse me, that
Hmm.
just as I go out or whatever the case is, not just treat people like how I want to be treated, but just overall, just be a good person. It
That's
doesn't take
right.
much. Yeah, not at all.
And it's less time and strength to give someone an attitude and be negative. It's
That's
so
right.
natural from me. I know, like you said, to give
Yeah,
them a smile, to say hello, even to compliment them. Like again,
yeah,
we spoke back before we came on stage and live, that a lot of times we just don't even want to. We don't want. Not, and I say we because it's the culture.
yeah,
We
yeah,
don't want to recognize the next person. Like
yeah,
someone could totally be standing next to you and look so nice, and instead of just offering them a nice compliment of "you look
yeah,
nice today" or "I love your shoes," we just
yeah.
again rather look over them and
That's
let
right.
alone celebrate them. In which that's what Sisterhood segment Spotlight does. We
That's
celebrate
right.
women. We just don't
Yeah,
recognize because we recognize enough to even offer requests for them to come on. So then we
yeah.
celebrate and we
Yeah.
support, and that is so necessary.
It
What were
is.
you
And I
gonna
mean,
say? Hmm.
even when I think about just intention as far as just for my business, like for me, I want to make sure that people know that it's like for my business, that any platform that I have, like this is a space for you to showcase yourself. I mean, you've joined me on
Yeah,
Thursdays plenty of time, and I always tell them, I'm like, drop your businesses or whatever you're doing in the comments. Like Miss Michi is not here for me, I'm here for you. Like God gave me this
that's right.
particular mission to help others, because I can sit up and be like, oh, me,
Right.
me, 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 me. But it's just been so much more fulfilling to be intentional about spotlighting others. And when I tell you, it always comes back tenfold. But
It
I
does.
make that my mention to, like, this is for y'all.
Yes. So let's talk about as you created Blueprint and all the things you have, even your brunch. Let's talk about you building your community. How did you go about building your community? Um, I know
Okay.
I've had some sisters that come on and they said that their community just naturally gravitated. They attract
Okay.
who they needed to attract, and I love that. And that's shout out to
Yeah.
my doctor sister, Shawnee Ward. But
Hi,
how did you
Shawnee.
build your
How did I build my community? So, honestly, and look, for my introverted people that don't like to go outside and they like to sit on their phones, this one's gonna get you all. But you have to to build the community, you have to also be a part of the community. So a lot of the times
Yes.
we want to build a community around what it is that we're doing, but no one ever sees you out in the community. So for me, my schedule on a week to week basis is filled with showing up for others the same way that they show up for me. So outside of just like the
Sure.
digital spaces and sharing and doing all of those things, if your friend has an event or they're doing a book signing or they're an artist and they have a showcase, I'm showing up and
Right.
showing out for them, because that's how you build the community. Like I tell people all the time, we got to stop asking for the support, and then when it's your turn to support, it's like, oh, I'm busy or I'm going through stuff. You think these same people weren't going through the same stuff when
Yes.
when they came to support you, or you think that they bills weren't due when they bought a ticket to come to your event? The very first thing is making sure that you are not just asking for a community, but you are ready to be a community person as well. And
That's right.
I won't even, I won't harp on that, but I'm very, very big on that.
That's
You
right.
go and you show up, for people outside of the digital space. You go in person. You support, you donate, whatever it is, like show that
Right.
support back.
I agree. I strongly agree with that. So in addition to that, what other advice would you have for
Mhm.
aspiring podcasters, media personalities, and things like that? What advice would you give that help
You
you?
you know, let's see. You know, I would just say that and I mean, and I don't want, because I don't want to like sound repetitive, but being reciprocal is
Yes.
probably going to be the biggest thing that I
The main
can
thing. Yeah.
yeah, that I can share, with anyone. It's like we have to get out of this take, 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 and we do have to give.
Yes.
So, like
Yes.
even if it's just like if I send you a post and I'm just like, hey, Maryland Monroe, can you please share this up for me or whatever the case is? I'm also going to be open and I'm going to ask you, "Hey sis, do you have anything that I could share with my community?" It's that simple where
That's right.
people will remember, because remember, we live in a society of takers, right? Or people that they're like, I got my hands out. But I know for myself, I remember the people that stop for a second and say, hey, I know I just grabbed this, but how can I pour back into you too? I remember those people.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
They
that
stand out.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I have a group, like I have a group now. I need to foster my group a little bit more. I don't want to lie, but the LinkedIn Lit Network, we did end up, doing like a group and everything for us all to stay connected. So, I have those
Yes.
ways, but I just like to show up. Like if my friends are doing anything, all I tell them is let me know, and I'm putting it on my calendar so I can be there. Reciprocate what it is
That's
that you require.
I I love that.
Yeah,
That's a quote. That's gonna be a
that's
quote.
quoted.
Okay. Quoted. Yes. So let's look ahead. Let's look to the future.
Okay.
Um, and what can we expect um from Miss Metchie and all of the things that you have going on?
I mean, I yeah, I mean, I'm going to be a contender for the number one TV host in the nation. And I'm just putting that out there. Like the Miss Michi show, I
Mm,
feel I'm putting it out there. I'm very big on everything that I have manifested or I've prayed about and diligently worked towards. It's been happening, and I feel like that the Miss Michi show, my talk show, I've already filmed
yes,
season one, and I've got some announcements that I'll have coming out soon as far as where it's going to be placed. But my goal is to be able to sit with the TV kings and queens, the daytime talk show
mm,
TV kings and queens. Okay, your Oprahs, your Sally Jesse Raphaels, your Jenny
yes,
Jones, Ricky Lakes.
yes,
Okay, the Jennifer Hudson show,
yes.
Sherry Shepherd, all of them. I believe that my show will be positioned to be there, and of course, I film out of Chicago, so I want to put on for my city
That's
genuinely.
right.
So I mean, that's what I see. The Blueprint Live, I'm gonna always like, I don't care how, I don't know where God's gonna take me in this season, but I know that the 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 Blueprint Live is still gonna be something that I do because that's just where my heart is, genuinely. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm coming to dominate daytime talk show television, and that's just that. That's what I see for
I'm,
the future.
I'm excited for you. My adopted sister, Shawnee Ward, she requoted you. She said, "Reciprocate what you require." Miss
That's right.
Michi. That's a whole quote post.
Yes,
Absolutely, and that's
yes,
it. That is absolutely it, and that's what a lot of us, like you said, we all have the things going on. We all have life going on. But
yeah,
yeah, you have to also offer it back. At some point, you don't want to be
yeah.
known as that person that just never gives it. So,
Yeah,
um,
everybody, they come to your events and they do all of that stuff, and then you can't even spend $1 with them. Like, no, nobody has time for that. We're grown.
tell me about it. Tell me about it. So this is your time to shout out those who you like to shout out. So you can shout out anyone you like. Go.
You know what? Shout out to my team. So first off, Kim G, she is my best friend, but she is also my director of operations for the Blueprint Media Company. Kim keeps me accountable. She is always in my
Mhm.
corner. I love her to the moon and back. Shout out to Mario, who is my EP and editor and just everything. He gives like the best motivational speeches. Of course, shout out to DJ MH Tuda. He is the official DJ for the Miss Metchie show. And we also do a lot of different activations. And of course, like I think the number one shout out that I would have to give is to my husband Anthony. He is just literally the wind beneath my wings. And he
Oh,
it's just he's been behind me 100%. He prefers to stay in the background of things, but when it comes to those hard days and when I really need to push through, he is the number one person in my corner. And I would not be where I am now as far as just with the technology and a lot of the things that he's so good at. I would not be where I
yeah,
am without him. So I mean, they are the ones, and just everyone that supports me. Even the SwagHer community. I'm so blessed that I've been connected with you all. Just over these last few months, I'm very very thankful for
yeah,
everything. So and of course I appreciate you too. I gotta shout you out for just even making this happen. I think that you're amazing. I think that your platform is beautiful. The women that
and
you brought on, like I've been watching you too. And when you even just shared with me the things opening up the show, I had no idea that anything was an inspiration, but you are doing it
yeah,
and keep doing it, right? Like I look
yeah.
forward to more of this and to wherever God is taking you and your platform. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I said, you are the person I really one of the few that I definitely look and I check out and I'm like, Miss Michi got this. Let me try to restructure this. And I'm not there
Yeah,
again, I'm just starting, but
yeah,
I'm
you're
coming.
doing a
I'm
great
coming
job.
up.
Look,
Thank
you on
you.
your
Thank you
way.
so much.
You are on your way, and you're doing it. Yeah, the biggest thing is some people just have to start. And the fact that you started and you've
Yeah.
been doing it for over a year now, you should be so proud of yourself. 100%.
I am. I am every day, and I push to use it as a part of servitude to give back and to
That's right.
be available in offering myself and what little or more that I have to others.
That's right.
Because you have to always make those connections and connect the dots. Sometimes someone not may work here, but it would work perfect for this person. And I think
Yes.
as leaders, you have to really position people, develop people, provide people the opportunity to win.
That's
And
right.
granted, no credit needed, but you always have to do that, because I think that's important. And good people do that. True good people do that.
That's right.
That's
That's
just,
right. We are the chosen
So
few.
where can we all, yes, very much the chosen few. Before I close this, hold on. What is your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
What
Okay.
about you? Wait, what
Okay.
about you?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, do you know that I have so many cancers around? I love you guys. Like, just my love.
My mom is a Taurus. My cousin that I do the podcast with, Green Eyes, shout out to Green Eyes. She is a Taurus as well, and a lot of my cousins are Tauruses. And every day I start off my day with speaking to at least three of my Taurus family members. So yeah,
Yeah,
you guys are amazing. You guys definitely know how to um, switch up, be super friendly if you need to, but also be whip it back into what it needs to be. And I love that
yeah,
about Tauruses. So
yes.
yes.
You
So where
we
can we
we
all
like to
find?
eat and we like a little luxury friend. So that's all.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay. Yes. Where can all the sisters find you on social media, as well as your location or your brunch that's coming? What can we find?
Okay, yes, I am. So I'm Miss Metchie. You can find me on all platforms. That's MZMETCHI. I'm literally across all of the platforms. You can also follow the Blueprint Media Company. If you type in at the BP Media Co. on all platforms, will definitely pop up. Please, if you can give a like, share, and subscribe for the Miss Metchie Show on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, all of that, IG. I would really appreciate it. For tickets to the next LinkedIn Lit Brunch that's happening April 25th, you could visit the bpmediaco.com/LinkedIn Lit Brunch for tickets. I do have a promo code right now, and I'll get one specifically for SwagHer too that'll last for the
Okay.
duration of ticket sales. But right now, if you purchase your ticket and use the promo code Liddy, I am taking $15 off of the tickets. And I mean, even if you can sign up for the email list, because I recognize like the reach is reaching at this point. So I am contacting with people or connected with people, excuse me, outside of the Chicagoland area. So I would love to
Yes.
just, connect with all of you all. Follow me. I do follow back. I support. If you send me your music or whatever it is, or if you want to be a guest on my show, you can email me at info@thebpmediaco.com, and my inbox is open and I would love to connect.
I love it. So also we had a banner going across the bottom where it's the Blueprint Media Company, as well as I also listed her website. So that way you can get in touch, write it down real fast, because she is someone that you definitely want in your Rolodex. Look, I'm old school, your Rolodex.
I got a
That's
Rolodex
old
too.
school.
And
But
look,
yeah, I do too. I still do.
Kim G is in the comments. Hey Kim.
Hey, Kim. Yes, I'm an old school. I'm showing my age today. But thank you so much, Miss Metchie. You are definitely my swagger sister, and definitely a great example. I really appreciate your time. I look for your next show. Tell us about when we can find the next show. Is it next Thursday or this Thursday?
So yes, this it'll be this Thursday. So the Blueprint Live airs every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Because look, we have, we coast to coast with it. So it is I'm on Central Standard Time. But if you are following me
Yes.
on here, it pops right up. And I would
Yeah.
love to have you just join in on the conversation. And for anyone that is local for the Chicagoland area, I will have some updated news for you all in the coming weeks where you can catch the Miss Metchie show. But Facebook and YouTube is going to be the
Yes.
prime time things. And of course, you can see clips on the social media. So, yeah.
That's right. And I will be tuned in this Thursday for certain, because that is like you had the perfect code, Liddy. It's definitely Liddy. Like it's
Yes.
definitely a Liddy time. It is. It really is.
100%.
And it's definitely something you have to grab your drink or whatever you may drink or don't drink and
Yes.
come on in and kick your feet up and be prepared to type real fast, because you're gonna be yelling, hollering, screaming.
Screaming. We have a
Screaming.
good time. We have a good time. And I
Yes,
just
we do.
it's the conversation is always flowing. And I just I appreciate you so much. This was really fun. I've enjoyed our conversation
Yeah.
today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for tuning in, everyone that has tuned in. My doctor sister, Shawnee Ward, which is No Longer Strangers LLC, and of course, Kim G. Kim G, you are obviously the amazing best friend.
Yes. My love. I love
What's
her.
her sign?
She is a
What's her
Sagittarius.
sign?
She's a Sag. We Kim and I have been friends for over
Okay.
2 decades. We've gone through so many different things, and it's for her. That's my sister. That is true sisterhood. Okay, true, real friendship, real sisterhood. She is that one.
Yeah,
So yeah. Shout out to
I love
Kim G.
it.
I love you, sis. Thank you.
Yes, and shout out to SwagHer. Thank you so much for the opportunities. If you're not following SwagHer on all social media platforms, make sure that you do.
Yes.
And if you know a sister that should be spotlighted, make sure you inbox me so we can get that done. Or if you want to be spotlighted, make sure you do that, because I would love to celebrate you. And at the end, it's a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy it. And always remember, God loves you, and I do too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you.